Hello everyone. This is my first lecture of Geotechnical Engineering. This is in your third sem diploma civil student. This is video 4. So all the diploma third semester diploma students can follow my videos for Geotechnical Engineering. Okay, as it is my first lecture, I want to focus on the syllabus first. So syllabus starting with introduction of geotechnical engineering, means what is geotech, what is about application of the subject, all you will study in introduction part. Next one is preliminary definition relationship, means geotech is new to all the students and is a new thing. It is not related to your mechanics, in your strength of material, yeah, in your other subject. This is totally different thing. Soil means you have never studied this one. So about the soil, different terms are there. So that terms you should know. What is word ratio? What is porosity? What is water content? These are the new terms you will face in this chapter, and that is much more important because these terms will be used for further chapter. The second chapter is linked to every chapter because that term will come in every chapter. So focus on second chapter mostly, and the problem also coming from second chapter mostly. Next, the index properties of soil. The same thing, the properties of soil that you have to study in this chapter. What is consistency, consistency index, our plasticity index, our liquid limit, plastic limit, all we will study in index properties of soil. Next is classification of soil. Soil are of different type that has been classified according to our different organization, other ASC, ASTHO, all you will study. Group index method, all is there. That you will study in classification of soil. Next chapter is permeability and seepage. Permeability means the water passing capacity of a soil. मतलब सॉइल कितना वाटर को पास कर सकता है वो बोलता है उसका परमेबिलिटी. सीपेज मतलब क्या? सीपेज मतलब हमारा वाटर कितना सॉइल के अंदर जाता है वो डिपेंड करता है. दैट इज कॉल्ड सीपेज. हम बोलते हैं हमारा छत के ऊपर पानी लीक हो रहा है तो उसको बोलते हैं सीपेज. बट इन दिस केस सीपेज मीन्स रिलेटेड टू आवर सॉइल. That next is compaction and consolidation. Compaction means this is a process which you will apply in the soil to remove the air. To remove the air. Air means one type of void that may be removed in case of compaction. Consolidation means just removal of water from that soil. If it is air, that is compaction. If it is water, that is consolidation. Next one is shear strength. Like in your strength of material, we will study the shear stress, shear strength. Like this here also one shear strength is there. Next is our earth pressure on retaining structure. Means earth means our soil. What is the soil putting a pressure on retaining structures? That we will study. That may be retaining wall, that may be rest wall. All we will study in this chapter. And the last chapter is our foundation engineering. Generally, geotechnical engineering comprises of two major parts. One major part is which will cover almost 60 to 70%, that is your soil mechanics, and the next part some 20 to 30%, that is called foundation engineering. Means you all know what is foundation, what is footing, that you will study as it is related to our soil. So the foundation engineering will study in geotechnical engineering. Means before doing a foundation you must know how much the soil take the load, what is the bearing capacity of that soil, all you will study in foundation engineering. This is the all overview of this subject. So I just give the idea of this subject, no need to worry, we will go in detail in every chapter. So first in this lecture I will start with introduction. Okay. Introduction means introduction to our geotechnical engineering. So, what do you mean by geo? Geo means soil. Okay, geo means soil. Means geotechnical engineering also called soil mechanics. So this it may be also called geotechnical engineering or soil mechanics. Geo means soil, so mechanics of soil means our geotechnical engineering. In case of you have another subject which I am teaching you, that is mechanics of solid, that is also called structural mechanics, that is called strength of material, all are same. That is mechanics of solid. Here the mechanics of soil. So this is much more important subject in your semester and your further competitive exam. The major subject I can tell, that is geotechnical engineering in every competitive exam. Whichever job you will apply, the major question will be from geotechnical engineering. So focus carefully in this subject and listen carefully. So first the introduction part is a small chapter. So this I can finish in this lecture. That is a very small chapter. So that is introduction about this, means soil. What is soil? You should know. So before going to that deep, first you should know who is the father of this soil mechanics. Means who first know the soil, there is a mechanics of that soil, and what are the different concepts related to that. That is given by Terzaghi. Terzaghi is called the father of soil mechanics, the father of geotechnical engineering. He gave much more concept in every chapter. You will, most of the chapter you will listen his name, Terzaghi. He given the concept of effective stress, that will come under permeability and seepage chapter. Okay, that you will know who is Terzaghi. He gave the idea, and in consolidation also he gave one idea. In foundation engineering, Terzaghi is there. In bearing capacity of soil, how to calculate, Terzaghi has given the formula. Like this, in most of the chapter you will know this name Terzaghi. Okay, so that's why the father of soil mechanics is our Terzaghi. So what is soil? How the soil is formed? You must know soil is formed from weathering of rock. Weathering of solid rock means, what is weathering? So you can tell the first subheading, that is formation of soil weathering. First process is weathering. Weathering means what? That is related to our weather. Weathering means weather. What is weather? Weather means whatever we are surrounding in our environment, that is due to temperature change. That is the most affected. That is temperature. Means in summer the temperature is high, in winter the temperature is low. At the night temperature is low, but at the daytime the temperature is very much high. So that is the temperature change. So that is called our weathering action. So the weathering action of any solid rock, that may lead to one small soil particles. So that is called weathering action. So in some cases, in weathering action, the rock particles and whatever the soil particles form, they are at the same place. But in some cases, that soil particles which have disintegrated from the solid rock, parent rock, that may be called parent rock, that may be transported and deposited at somewhere else. So in some cases the formation of soil part can be divided into number of steps, that is weathering, then transportation, then deposition. Okay, so first weathering you already know. Weathering may be two part, that may be physical weathering or that may be chemical weathering. Physical weathering means physical disintegration of one big solid rock, yeah, parent rock, that may be disintegrated into small soil particles. That in that case the soil may be formed. Another one is chemical weathering, means it related to our different chemistry, means chemical. What means chemical? Chemical weathering means our terms related to our oxidation, reduction, our carbonation, okay, all the related term, hydration also, carbonation, oxidation, reduction you have studied in chemistry. So that may be the reason of the chemical weathering. So weathering action may be physical or chemical. Next, after the weathering action means after the disintegration of solid rock into small soil particles, the small particles may be, the soil particles may be transported to another place. That is the second step, that is transportation of that soil particles. The third one is deposition. So that may be deposited in somewhere else after transporting the soil particles. So this cycle will go on every day, it may go on this cycle. First one is weathering, next one is transportation, next one deposition. Again in another place that may be disintegrated after formation of the soil, another big rock, that may be transported, that may be deposited. So these three step you should remember the major step. The formation of soil means how the soil is formed. So you can tell the soil is formed from the weathering action of the parent rock. Okay, that may be physical weathering, that may be chemical weathering. So this is all about physical disintegration, that is formation of soil over. Okay, which I told here, the soil may be deposited and transported somewhere else. So according to that, the soil majorly divided into two categories. One is residual soil, another one is transported soil. This is the original formation of soil. The syllabus is there. So after studying this residual and transported soil, this lecture will be over and your first chapter will also be over. So listen carefully. So what is residual soil? Means residue, means what are the remaining particles or substances. Residual soil means what? The weathering action, yeah, or you can tell formation. The formation and the deposition at the same place. मीन्स जहाँ फॉर्म हुआ वो सॉइल पार्टिकल्स वहाँ ही डिपोजिट हो गए, वो ट्रांसपोर्ट नहीं हुआ, मीन्स सेकेंड और थर्ड स्टेप हुआ ही नहीं, बस वेदरिंग हुआ है, तो उसको बोलते हैं रेसिडुअल सॉइल. दैट सॉइल इट मे बी deposited, the formation and deposition at the same place. You can write here the formation and deposition at same place. So that is residual soil. For example, you can take black cotton soil as an example. In this chapter you will face and you will listen number of name of the soils. You may have studied in geography also black cotton soil about that, and detail the properties of this black cotton soil we will study in the further chapter, so I am not discussing here. So here the next one is transported soil. Transported soil is categorized into different parts. First I want to go through the definition. So what is transported soil? Transported soil means, already I have said, it may follow the three steps, that may be formation and the transportation deposition at the different place. So here I am just different place. In the while I am teaching you, I am just noting down the key points. If you will note it down simultaneously in your note, that may be helpful for your semester exam and for your future examination also. So don't just listen blindly, write down simultaneously while I am writing here. So don't wait for the note. So that is all about residual soil and transported soil. Again I am repeating, residual soil means the soil which formed and deposited at the same place, but transported soil means formation at one place but transported and deposited at the different place. So that is transported soil. So according to transported soil, this is categorized into different terms that may be I will discuss here. That's the last thing of this chapter and the most important thing for your multiple choice questions. So here I am just noted down about transported soil. Okay. There are different agencies of transfer of soil particles. That may be water, that may be wind, that may be gravitational forces, that may be lake water, that may be river water, that may be our sea water, whatever the water. So according to that, it is divided into different terms that you have to remember. I am repeating every time that these all terms you should remember. So first one is transported and deposited. So I will mention here different agencies of transfer of soil. Transfer and deposited by river water. So that type of soil you may call the categories of transported soil, that is called alluvial soil. Like this, I will note it down 5 to 6 types that you have to remember for your examination and your multiple choice questions. So, next one is transported and deposited by, suppose, your lake water. That may be lake, so that too will be called lacustrine. Lacustrine soil. Third one, transported and deposited by some your sea water, okay, your ocean water, that may be called marine soil. Fourth one is transported and deposited by, it may be by your air, okay, if it is air, that is called aeolian soil. This is called NE, also somewhere written, aeolian soil. And the example of this soil especially it is there, that is maybe loess and sand dune. Remember these examples, the aeolian soil, and it is generally asking by air transport and deposited soil is called aeolian soil, and the example of that soil is loess or sand dune. And next one, if the soil is transported and deposited by your gravitational forces, our gravitational force is there. So for that, if the soil is transported and deposited in somewhere else, that may be called colluvial soil. COLLUVIAL, that is colluvial soil. And the sixth one is, if the soil is transported and deposited by your ice. So that may be called glacial soil. These are the major six partition of your transported soil that generally asking in your multiple choice questions. Transported and deposited by seawater. It is called. It may the option is there for one. So you have to choose one. If it is transported and deposited by gravitational forces, that you should take colloidal soil. Like this, the transported soil is divided into different terms. You should remember all the terms for your semester examination and for your future competitive examination. Okay, so this is all about your major thing. Whatever I taught in this class, you should remember, that is residual soil. Another one is transported soil. So residual soil, the only step that is weathering action, but transported soil, that may be creation, that weathering, transportation and deposition. So according to that, transport and deposition by different agencies, that may be river water, that may be lake water, that may be sea water, that may be your ice, that may be your due to gravitational forces, that may be due to your air. So for that, the specified name is already defined. So that name you should remember. Okay. So this much all about in your first chapter, and your first chapter is very small, just the introduction part. So that chapter is over for your geotechnical engineering. In the next lecture, I will go to the next chapter, that is a preliminary definition and interrelationships. That is much more important. That terms you should remember, that will be useful for your every chapter. So my next lecture will be most important, so don't miss that. So in the next lecture, we'll study the second chapter. This much for today. Hope you will clear about your introduction of geotechnical engineering. Thank you.